Why do we call the alphabet characters? Why not just letters? Because they never change. A is always A. At 2 a.m. in Nairobi, A is A. In Nassau at noon, A is A. In New York, under a spotlight or in a prison cell in the dark, A is still A. B is B in Africa. B is B in Asia. B is B in the Bronx. That's why we call them characters. They do not adjust to environment. They do not negotiate with pressure. They do not flirt with opinion. One is one on a calculator. One is one in a crisis. One is one when you're weeping or winning. Write it down. What never changes is what we trust. Statues are carved to represent ideals because they are not supposed to move. If it shifts with the weather, it is not a character, it is a costume. So what is character? Character is the part of you that remains the same regardless of time, place, audience, temptation, or opportunity. Character is oneness, integrity, the same person everywhere. Character is not a smile, it's a standard. Character is not what you say on stage. It is what you do at 2 a.m. when no one is applauding. Pressure does not create you. Pressure reveals you. Pressure squeezes the tube, and whatever is inside comes out, whether that's truth or toxins. Who are you when the lights go off? Who are you when the check is bigger? Who are you when you think there is no consequence? There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. Our world is intoxicated with charisma. We market impressions. We count followers. We polish images. We chase platforms. But heaven is unmoved by cosmetics. Heaven measures character. The world asks, how do you look? Heaven asks, who are you? Charisma is a perfume. Character is your breath. Charisma can attract. Character sustains. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. Your gift will take you where your character can't keep you. Your gift can secure you a microphone. Only character secures you a mandate. Your gift may open the door. Only character is the key that keeps you in the room. Test yourself by the unchanging test. If your convictions alter with location, you have an image problem, not integrity. If the offer adjusts your honesty, you never had honesty. Honesty is my only policy. Are you for sale? What's your price? Admiration, attention, a promotion, a quick pleasure? If circumstances can negotiate your standards, you don't have character, you have convenience. True character is self-imposed discipline. It is the prison you choose so you can live free. It is the vow you make to your own soul. I will be the same person everywhere, with money or without, in power or under it, desired or ignored. Lead with your life. Lock yourself in the non-negotiables that do not move with the market, the mood, or the moment. Because the alphabet of destiny is looking for one thing in you. Are you a character? If you are, time, place, and pressure will only confirm what you already are. If you are not, time, place, and pressure will expose you. Write it down. What you build by talent can be demolished by inconsistency in a day. But what you build by character becomes your unshakable foundation. Listen carefully. Principles are laws. They never change. You can ignore them, but you can never disagree with them. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. If you jump off a 10-story building, you don't break the law of gravity, the law will break you. It doesn't care if you're a bishop, a billionaire, or a boy with a dream. Gravity does not take a vote. Laws don't read your resume. Principles don't consult your feelings. They simply produce predictable outcomes every time for anyone, anywhere. Now apply that to leadership. Trust is not a feeling. Trust is a law. Trust is the return on the investment of integrity over time. It compounds with consistency and collapses with compromise. Every promise you keep is a deposit. Every lie you tell is a withdrawal. When the account is empty, you are bankrupt, whether the crowd is clapping or not. And hear me, rebuilding trust is one of the most expensive projects on earth. It demands time, transparency, and repeated truth. You cannot public relations your way back into credibility. The law of trust does not negotiate with your apology. It measures your consistency. Here is our common delusion. We think talent is a shield. We believe a microphone is a magic wand. We imagine that a title, a blue check, a stadium, a viral clip can buy a discount from law. But principles do not respect gifting, titles, or platforms. You can sing like an angel and still crash like a fool if you violate the law of integrity. You can raise millions and still be disqualified by one private compromise. Because hear me, there is no such thing as a private life. Laws operate in the dark. Gravity pulls at midnight and at noon. The law of integrity works when no one is watching and when everyone is watching. Let me provoke you. You can charm a boardroom, but if your numbers are manipulated, the law of truth will prosecute you. You can preach fire from a pulpit, but if your life burns with secret lies, the law of consequence will find your address. You can lead a movement, but if you handle people like property, the law of honor will evict you from authority. Principles don't negotiate, they adjudicate. They deliver a verdict without fear or favor. That's why collapses are not mysteries, they are math. Violate the equation and the answer is always the same. Write this down. Your gift may impress people, but principles govern outcomes always. Charisma is a magnet. Integrity is a law. Charisma can gather a crowd. The law of character decides whether the crowd becomes a legacy or a scandal. You don't break principles. You break yourself against them. So what must you do? Submit to law before you seek a stage. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in the spotlight. Make your non-negotiables non-negotiable. I do not lie. I do not steal. I keep my vows. Honesty is my only policy. Lead with your life because principles are watching and they are faithful judges. Align with them and they will promote you. Defy them and they will expose you. Let's go back to the beginning. Genesis 1:26. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. Notice the order. Image first, dominion second, identity before authority, character before influence. God is a God of sequence. He never violates his own order. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. God never gives power without a mirror. He insists on seeing himself before he authorizes you to represent him. Why? Because only a familiar nature can be trusted with dangerous power. What is image? Image is not cosmetics. It is character. Image is the internal nature, the moral architecture, the integrated self that reflects God's integrity. Image is a standard stamped into your soul. It is the law within you that says yes and no without fear or favor. Dominion is capacity, platform, resources, reach, the levers of influence. Image is containment, discipline, holiness, oneness, accountability. Without containment, capacity becomes a catastrophe. Dominion without image becomes destruction with permission. Power without character is like electricity without insulation. Shocking, burning, deadly. Hear me. Power will kill you without character. Influence will expose what you have been hiding. Our tragic pattern is simple. We crave dominion and neglect image. We want the microphone, the market share, the blue check, the seat at the table, while we postpone discipline, avoid accountability, and rename compromise as strategy. We buy cameras before we buy convictions. We build platforms faster than we build persons. And so the gift opens doors our character cannot survive. Let me ask you, do you want God to use you or do you want God to trust you? God's question is never, can you perform? It is always, are you safe to use? Write it down. God tests image. People test performance. So what do? Reverse your pursuits. Stop praying for more followers. Start praying for a deeper formation. Fast from applause. Feast on accountability. Upgrade your mirror before you expand your microphone. Build a life that can carry a calling. Daily disciplines. Transparent relationships. Non-negotiable vows. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in positions of influence. You don't grow in authority by expanding your platform. You grow in authority by shrinking your duplicity. Consider even Christ's pattern. He refused shortcuts to dominion in the wilderness because his image, his alignment with the Father was non-negotiable. No bread without obedience. No spectacle without purpose. No kingdoms without a cross. Image before dominion. Always. God's order is your protection. Character is the only safe container for power. Submit to the mirror and dominion will not destroy you. It will deploy you. Align with his image and influence will not expose you. It will endorse you. Charisma is a magnet. Character is the lock. Magnets draw metal from a distance. Locks secure doors in a storm. Your gift can attract attention. Only your integrity can secure authority. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. The applause of the crowd is not a contract with your destiny. Charisma gathers people. Character keeps you consistent when nobody claps. Charisma is noise. Character is weight. One gets you noticed, the other makes you trusted. Let me define it so you cannot forget. Charisma is performance under lights. Character is obedience in the dark. Charisma is how you make them feel. Character is how you tell the truth. Charisma is the moment. Character is the habit. When the room is full and the cameras are blinking, you can borrow energy. When the room is empty and the mirror is honest, you cash your integrity. Honesty is my only policy. Lead with your life. So why do talented people collapse? Because collapse is rarely a surprise to the person who fell. Public failure is the last chapter of a private negotiation. It is the invoice for 1,000 tiny discounts. You don't trip over a mountain, you trip over a pebble. You refuse to move. The headlines are dramatic, but the math is simple. Compromise compounded over time equals collapse on schedule. Politicians, preachers, or parents, it's the same equation. You can't outpreach a lie you keep at home. You can't outsing numbers you cooked. You can't outsmile a secret affair. There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. Hear me. Privacy is not where you hide. It is where you are proven. Privacy is the gym of integrity. That is where you lift the weights of your vows when nobody's cheering. That is where you sweat out toxins, pride, lust, greed before they become tumors. Secrecy is different. Secrecy is the fog where termites eat beams. Success does not kill you. Success exposes you. The higher the platform, the smaller the margin for secret erosion. Altitude makes hairline cracks catastrophic. A leak you ignore in the basement will drown you in the penthouse. Write this down. Success is a magnifier, not a savior. Promotion does not fix you. It reveals you faster. Influence is an amplifier. It turns up the volume on whatever is already in you. If you are disciplined, the world will hear excellence. If you are divided, the world will hear hypocrisy. Cameras don't blink, microphones don't lie, crowds don't cure you, they only confirm you. So install the lock before you touch the handle. Decide your non-negotiables now. I do not lie, I do not steal, I keep my vows. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free on any platform. Build rituals of honesty, relationships of accountability, and habits that outlast applause. Because charisma can open doors, but only character can keep you in the room. Now let me give you the lab where all this theory is proven. Write this down, tweet that to somebody right now. 3 things will test your character every time, everywhere: power, money, and access to sex. That's it, not 10, 3. These do not create your character, they reveal it. They squeeze the tube. Whatever is inside comes out. Service or entitlement, honesty or manipulation, covenant or convenience. And hear me, you don't graduate from these tests. You sit them every season of your life. First, the power test. Power does not corrupt. Power exposes corruption. When you get a title, a microphone, a budget, authority, what happens to you? Do you become unapproachable, unteachable, and above correction? Do you interrupt more than you listen? Do critics become enemies and staff become servants to your ego? Or does authority produce service? Real power bows to principle. Real leaders get lower when they rise. If your decisions stop being accountable to a standard, you are already failing the test. Who can correct you and not be punished? Where are your mirrors that don't flatter? Write it down. If power makes you bigger than your values, you are smaller than your assignment. Second, the money test. Are you for sale? What's your price? Comfort, convenience, a contract, a bonus? When money enters the conversation, do your convictions exit the room? Do you manipulate, inflate, conceal? Do you round numbers to please donors, hide invoices to protect image, rename greed as strategy? Honesty is my only policy. You cannot negotiate with the law of truth. Every receipt is a witness. Every signature is a sermon. Money exposes your God. Do you serve numbers or do numbers serve purpose? Ask yourself, what would I refuse even if it made me rich? Would I still tell the truth if it cost me my promotion? Third, the test of sexual access. Influence creates opportunity. Opportunity exposes appetite. Do you treat people as objects, bodies to consume rather than souls to honor? Do you cultivate secrecy, late messages, coded names, meetings that avoid daylight? Do you rationalize with phrases like needs, chemistry, or we're both adults, as if consent cancels covenant? There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. Who are you at 2 a.m.? What do you do that you hope never gets out? If you must delete it to keep your platform, it is already destroying your platform. Audit yourself now. Where do you feel entitled? Where do you massage numbers? Where do you flirt with boundaries? Name it, confess it, confront it. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free on any platform. If you can pass the tests of power, money, and sexual opportunity, you can be trusted with influence. Write it down. Mastery over appetite is the license for authority. Pass the triad, and your destiny is safe to promote. Fail it, and your gift becomes a weapon against you. Lead with your life. Samson and Joseph stand on the same stage of potential, both chosen, both gifted, both anointed, but they built two different integrity systems. One treated his vow like a costume. The other treated his conviction like a cage he willingly lived in. Write it down. Gifting can win battles, but only integrity can win a life. Consider Samson. Heaven stamped him with strength before men ever applauded. He was set apart by a vow. No razor, no wine, no dead things, a Nazarite from birth. He carried power like a river carries a boat. Lions fell, armies scattered, gates were carried on his shoulders. The man could win in public, but listen carefully. Public strength can coexist with private weakness. Samson played with secrets. He flirted with the boundary of his vow. He renamed compromise strategy, and he negotiated with appetite in the dark while he performed in the light. Delilah did not cut his hair. She cut his integrity thread by thread. He surrendered information 1 inch at a time until he gave away the only thing protecting his assignment, the law he lived under. The text says he did not know that the Lord had departed from him. That's the terror of talent. Without truth, you can still shake yourself and nothing moves. His eyes were taken because lust had already blinded him. He ground grain in prison because appetites had already made him a slave. His gift made him famous, but not free. He died with his enemies. Impact at the end, but influence forfeited in life. Power without character will always make you a spectacle before it makes you a statistic. Now look at Joseph. He had a coat of favor, yes, but God stripped the coat to test the character. Pit, Potiphar, prison image before dominion. No platform, only pressure. No choir, only chains. And in isolation, he made a decision that set the trajectory of nations. Potiphar's wife offered a shortcut, packaged as a reward, attention, opportunity, secrecy. Joseph answered with principle. How can I do this and sin against God? He fled, left the coat, kept the conscience. Write it down. Better to lose the garment than to lose your soul. He chose prison over pleasure, obscurity over opportunity, integrity over instant results. Honesty is my only policy. Years passed. The word tested him. When his season arrived, he interpreted dreams without manipulating outcomes, managed wealth without worshiping it, stewarded power without avenging his brothers. His character had been formed where applause could not bribe him. So when the scepter came, the man under it was safe. His gift opened the palace. His integrity governed the famine. Joseph's character made him ready for governance. Here is the contrast in one sentence. Samson trusted his strength. Joseph trusted his standards. Samson was exposed by hidden appetite. Joseph was promoted by hidden faithfulness. Same God, same potential for impact, different integrity systems. You choose which story you write. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in any palace. Image before dominion always. Lead with your life. Because your gift can make a moment, but only your character can make a future. Where does an integrity system come from? Not from events, but from architecture. Write this down. Tweet that to somebody right now. Philosophy produces values. Values produce morals. Morals inform ethics. Ethics produce character. Character becomes lifestyle. Say it again. So it brands your mind. Philosophy produces values. Values produce morals. Morals inform ethics. Ethics produce character. Character becomes lifestyle. That's the cascade. That's the pipeline. That's the blueprint. What is philosophy? Philosophy is simply your belief system, what you believe to be true about God, people, purpose, power, time, and yourself. Your beliefs are the roots. Values are what you decide is important because of those beliefs. Morals are the internal rules you apply to yourself based on your values. Ethics are the public policies you live by so others can predict you. Character is the integration of those ethics into one unchanging self. Lifestyle is the harvest everyone can see. Write it down. Your lifestyle is not an accident. It is the fruit of the values you refuse to violate. Here's our problem. We want a powerful lifestyle without a disciplined belief system. We want results without roots. We want dominion without image, outcomes without order, applause without alignment. We upgrade equipment while we downgrade convictions. We chase vision without values. Hear me. Vision without values is destiny without discipline. Say it again until it offends your excuses. Vision without values is destiny without discipline. Your future collapses at the point where your values are negotiable. If your values are for sale, your destiny is in foreclosure. So let's build on purpose. Start with belief. God is source and standard. Truth is non-negotiable. People are to be honored, not used. Time is a trust. Money is a tool. Power is stewardship. From that belief, choose values: honesty, purity, generosity, diligence, accountability, service. From values, write morals. I tell the truth when it costs me. I keep my word under pressure. I do not take what is not mine. I honor covenant when no one is watching. From morals, set ethics, transparent books, clear boundaries, open calendars, visible processes. From ethics, produce character. One person everywhere. From character, you get lifestyle. Predictably faithful, consistently fruitful, durable under stress. Honesty is my only policy. Lead with your life. Now audit your values with evidence. Don't tell me what you value. Show me your calendar. Your time reveals your truth. Show me your bank statement. Money follows your master. Show me your conversations. The mouth exposes the heart's curriculum. Show me your private media habits, your screen time, your playlists, your subscriptions, your late night clicks. There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. Your feed is training your future. Your cue is discipling your character. If you must hide it, it is hijacking you. Write this down. Adjust the roots and the fruits will change on schedule. Don't beg for a new lifestyle. Build a new belief system. Codify your values into vows and lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in any season. Align the cascade philosophy to values, values to morals, morals to ethics, ethics to character, character to lifestyle, and watch discipline protect your destiny while your gift serves it. Integrity means integration. One. Not two, not three, not a Sunday version and a Tuesday version. One person in the pulpit and in the hotel. One person online and at home. One person in the office review and in the DM. Write it down, tweet that to somebody right now. Integrity is being one person everywhere because leadership is always on display. The word integrity comes from integer, a whole number, not a fraction. Fractions are divided, integers are undivided. When you are divided, you multiply confusion. When you are whole, you add trust. Honesty is my only policy. Lead with your life. Holiness is not spooky. Holiness is oneness. The Lord our God is one. Be holy as I am holy. Be one as I am one. To be set apart means to be set on one standard, undivided, unfragmented, uncompartmentalized. Sin slices you into pieces. Integrity stitches you together. Compartmentalization is a polite word for duplicity. It is a divided soul with separate closets for different costumes. But hear me, God trusts oneness, not performances. He gave image before dominion because only a whole vessel can hold dangerous power safely. You cannot be a worshiper in the sanctuary and a manipulator in the boardroom. You cannot sing truth and sell lies. That is not strategy. That is schizophrenia of the soul. Let me confront it. Because I love you. Charisma often performs while character is neglected. The crowd sees a brand, your family sees a stranger. Staff here, purpose talk. Waiters here, how you treat people you think you don't need. Your followers know your quotes. Your children know your tone. Who are you when the plane lands and the hotel door closes? Who are you when the comment section explodes? Who are you when the offer comes with a wink? There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. If the applause is louder than your conscience, you are already in trouble. So here is the governing rule. Write it down and tattoo it on your habits. Never do anything you don't want anyone to find out about. Lead with your life. Live loudly. Make your life an open book syllabus. Open books, open calendars, open devices. No secret accounts. No ghost phones. No dark mode ethics. Share passwords with the people who guard your soul. Invite interruption. Welcome questions you do not pre-approve. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in any season and any city. Today, end the double life. Dissolve compartments. Merge stories. One name, one standard, one schedule, one set of vows. Confess the fracture. Repentance is the seamstress of the soul. Build rituals that make duplicity impossible. Transparent finances, visible boundaries, predictable rhythms with your family. Schedule solitude with God. Replace secrecy with covenant community. Replace image management with truth management. You are most powerful when you are most one. When your life is integrated, your words gain weight. And when your words carry weight, your gift becomes safe to trust. Be one. Be whole. Be holy. Lead with your life. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. Character is self-imposed. Discipline what you make yourself do, not what people force you to do. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. If you don't discipline your appetites will discipline your destiny. You will either put your soul under rules or your cravings will put your future under arrest. Freedom is the fruit of chosen boundaries. Locks are not for prisoners. Locks are for treasures. Lead with your life. Guardrails are wisdom built in advance. Highways put steel on the edges because engineers assume drift. Don't trust your mood. Build a system. Translate discipline into structures you cannot wiggle out of when you are tired, flattered, lonely, or angry. Start with accountability, relationships. Not fans, not employees, not people who need you, peers and elders who can tell you no and you obey. Give them full access, calendars, devices, spending, travel. Schedule monthly soul audits. Pre-consent to interruption. If they call, you pick up. If they say come home, you book the flight. Write it down. Authority without accountability is permission to fall. Financial transparency is non-negotiable. Honesty is my only policy. Separate personal from organizational money. Different cards, different accounts, different approvals. 2 signatures for major expenses. Third-party audits. No cash slush. Every receipt, every reimbursement, every gift recorded. Publish simple financial reports to your board and to your spouse. Refuse backroom deals. Counsel before contracts. Legal review. Fiduciary review. Pastoral review. A 2-4-hour rule on every signature. Sleep on it, pray on it, let truth interrogate it. Remember, money is a tool. Tools don't tell you what to build. Set digital boundaries like you set bank vaults. Open devices, shared passwords, accountability software on every screen. Curate your feed, remove what feeds your weakness. No secret browsers. No private chats with people you could be attracted to. Move it to group threads or daylight meetings. Cut off DM counseling. Triage to official channels. Tech Sabbaths at set hours. Phones sleep outside the bedroom. Archive nothing in the dark. There is no such thing as a private life. Establish travel protocols. Never travel alone if you can help it. Keep itineraries visible to your accountability circle. No late night meals alone with anyone who awakens appetite. Doors stay open for meetings. Hotel floors with a partner nearby. Check in with your spouse or mentor when you land and before you sleep. Schedule your solitude. Don't improvise your integrity. Now prune. Wisdom is not only choosing good. Wisdom is removing access to what makes you weak. Cancel subscriptions that catechize your compromise. Change gyms if flirtation is your liturgy. Switch routes if a bar calls your name. Block numbers. End ambiguous friendships. Fire the vendor who builds your temptations. Don't negotiate with what destroys you. What you feed grows. What you starve dies. Hear me. You don't trust your gift to keep you safe. You build systems that keep you safe so your gift can serve. Predecisions are stronger than willpower. Move the battle upstream. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in any season and any city. Write it down. If you don't discipline your appetites will discipline your destiny. Choose your yoke. Choose your guardrails. Lead with your life. Your gift is fruit, not armor. Write it down. Tweet that to somebody right now. Fruit is for others. Trees don't eat their own fruit. Fruit serves the passerby. Your gift is how the world tastes your assignment, but fruit cannot protect you from rot. Roots protect you. Roots are your principles. Roots are your vows. Roots are your disciplined values buried where cameras cannot see. If the roots are diseased, beautiful fruit is a countdown, not a guarantee. Influence rises fast, but integrity erodes quietly. Termites don't make headlines, they make collapses. What you hide will eventually lead you. If you hide lust, lust will write your itinerary. If you hide greed, greed will edit your budget. If you hide pride, pride will fire your counselors. There is no such thing as a private life. The private always becomes public because leadership is always on display. So hear the sober warning. Don't strap your gift to your chest like a bulletproof vest. Gifting is not armor, it is advertisement. Charisma is a magnet. Character is the lock. Your destiny is protected not by your charisma, but by your commitment to unchanging principles. You can never disagree with the principle. Jump off a building and gravity does not debate you. Lie on the ledger and truth will not negotiate. Sleep with secrecy and exposure will set the alarm. Honesty is my only policy. Lead with your life. But here is the promise. Character can be rebuilt. God restores image, so dominion won't destroy you. If you return to the blueprint philosophy, to values, values to morals, morals to ethics, ethics to character, character to lifestyle, grace will meet your discipline. Repentance resets the foundation. Practices raise the house. Oneness is possible. The divided soul can be integrated. The Shema still stands. The Lord our God is one be one. Image before dominion again. So I commission you now Write your vows and bind yourself to them. Say them out loud. I tell the truth when it costs me. I keep my word under pressure. I am not for sale at any price. My body is not a playground. It is a temple. I steward money as a tool, not a God. I submit to counsel I cannot control. I will not meet appetite in the dark. I choose open books, open devices, open calendars. I pre-consent to correction. I will never do anything I don't want anyone to find out about. I will live loudly. Choose transparency today. Publish your standards before you need them. Install accountability you cannot edit. Return to daily scripture until it reads you. Fast from applause. Feast on truth. Trim your platform to fit your character. And when God promotes you, get lower. Serve with your fruit. guard with your roots. Lock yourself in the prison of your convictions so you can live free in any season, in any city. Now go lead with your life.